We've all been there. You're enjoying a nice meal or maybe having a good laugh. Suddenly it hits you. That unmistakable spasm in your chest followed by an embarrassing little hic sound. Hiccups! They seem to appear out of nowhere, disrupting our day with their strange rhythm. But what are hiccups exactly? Why do we get them? And is there anything we can do to make them go away? The truth is, hiccups are a common human experience. They are a strange quirk of our biology, a bit like a glitch in the system. But by understanding a little more about what causes them, we can face them with less worry and maybe even a chuckle. There are countless remedies people swear by to get rid of hiccups. Some suggest drinking a glass of water quickly, while others recommend holding your breath for as long as you can. More unconventional methods include eating a spoonful of sugar, biting into a lemon, or even having someone startle you. Sometimes the best remedy is simply patience. Hiccups often go away on their own after a few minutes, but if hiccups persist for more than 48 hours, it might be a good idea to consult a doctor, as it could be a sign of an underlying medical condition. So the next time you find yourself interrupted by those pesky hiccups, remember that you're not alone. It's a shared human experience that connects us all in a small, quirky way. Embrace the moment, laugh it off, and maybe even share your favorite hiccup remedy with those around you. After all, it's these little interruptions that make life interesting, and who knows, you might just find a new way to get rid of them, or at least make the experience a bit more bearable. So, here's to the hiccups, those tiny, unexpected moments that remind us of our shared humanity and the simple joys of life. Next time they strike, take a deep breath, relax, and remember that it's just another part of the human experience, and who knows, maybe you'll even find a bit of humor in the situation. After all, life is full of surprises, and hiccups are just one of them. To understand hiccups, we need to talk about the diaphragm. This large dome-shaped muscle sits at the bottom of our chest, separating our chest cavity from our abdomen. The diaphragm is essential for breathing. When we breathe in, the diaphragm contracts, flattening out and creating more space in our chest. This allows our lungs to expand and fill with air. When we exhale, the diaphragm relaxes, pushing air back out of our lungs. Think of the diaphragm like a bellows, pumping air in and out of our lungs with every breath. It works tirelessly, day and night, without us even having to think about it. So, where do hiccups fit into all of this? Well, sometimes this important muscle, our breathing buddy, gets irritated. This irritation causes the diaphragm to contract suddenly and involuntarily. Imagine someone poking you in the ribs. That's sort of what happens to the diaphragm when we get hiccups. This sudden contraction forces a quick intake of breath. As the air rushes in, it slams shut a flap of tissue called the epiglottis. This flap covers our windpipe when we swallow, preventing food and liquid from going down the wrong way. The sudden closing of the epiglottis is what causes the characteristic hic sound. Many things can irritate the diaphragm and trigger a bout of hiccups. Eating too quickly or too much is a common culprit. Gulping food and air together can disrupt the diaphragm's normal rhythm. Spicy foods are another frequent offender. The spices can irritate the diaphragm directly, or they can cause us to eat too quickly and swallow air. Even something as simple as drinking carbonated beverages can lead to hiccups as the bubbles expand in our stomachs. Sometimes strong emotions like stress, excitement, or even laughter can set off hiccups. In these cases, it seems our emotional state can directly affect the diaphragm's activity. Section 5. The sound and the fury, decoding the hiccup. The hic sound itself is nothing more than the sound of our vocal cords snapping shut as the air is abruptly cut off by the closing epiglottis. This sudden closure creates that distinctive hic sound we all recognize. It's kind of like slamming a door on a gust of wind. Imagine the force and abruptness of that action. That's essentially what's happening inside your throat. Hiccups are usually harmless and temporary. They often come out of nowhere and disappear just as mysteriously. Most of us have experienced them at some point, and while they can be annoying, they rarely cause any real harm. They tend to resolve on their own within a few minutes. You might try holding your breath, drinking water, or even getting a good scare, but often it's just a matter of waiting it out. However, in rare cases, persistent hiccups can be a sign of an underlying medical condition and should be checked by a doctor. If hiccups last more than 48 hours, it's important to seek medical advice. While we may not fully understand why the diaphragm gets irritated, research suggests it could be related to changes in pressure or nerve signals in the chest and abdomen. The diaphragm is a crucial muscle that helps us breathe, and any disruption in its function can lead to hiccups. But for the most part, hiccups remain a bit of a physiological mystery. Scientists continue to study this phenomenon, hoping to uncover more about why it happens and how we can better manage it. Over the years, people have come up with countless home remedies to stop hiccups. Some swear by drinking a glass of water upside down, while others believe that a spoonful of sugar can do the trick. These methods may work for some, but there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Interestingly, laughter can sometimes trigger hiccups. The rapid intake of air and the movement of the diaphragm during a hearty laugh can set off a bout of hiccups. So while laughter is often the best medicine, it can also be the cause of this minor annoyance. Some people find that relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing or meditation, can help alleviate hiccups. By calming the body and mind, these practices may reduce the irritation of the diaphragm and help stop the hiccups. Medical professionals continue to explore the causes and treatments of hiccups. While we have some understanding of the mechanics behind them, there's still much to learn. Future research may provide more effective ways to prevent and treat this common yet perplexing condition. In the meantime, the next time you find yourself hiccuping, remember that it's usually just a temporary inconvenience. With a little patience and perhaps a few home remedies, you'll be back to normal in no time. Section 6. Hiccup Law, Facts and Myths. Hiccups have been around as long as humans have, and it's no surprise that a whole host of myths and folklore has sprung up around them. One common myth is that holding your breath will cure hiccups. While this might work sometimes, it's not because it addresses the root cause of the hiccups. Another myth is that being startled will make hiccups disappear. While the adrenaline rush might temporarily distract from hiccups, it's unlikely to cure them. Interestingly, there are documented cases of people experiencing hiccups for months or even years. These cases are extremely rare and usually linked to underlying medical conditions. Section 7. Taming the hiccups, tips and tricks. While most cases of hiccups resolve on their own, there are a few things you can try to speed up the process. One popular method is to drink a glass of water slowly. This can help to relax the diaphragm and reset its rhythm. Another technique is to breathe into a paper bag. This increases the carbon dioxide levels in our blood, which can sometimes help to regulate breathing and stop hiccups. Sometimes, simply waiting it out is the best approach. Distracting yourself with a book, a movie, or a conversation can make the time pass more quickly. Section 8. The final hic, wrapping it up. Hiccups, those strange involuntary spasms, are a common and usually harmless quirk of our biology. They can strike at the most unexpected moments, often causing a mix of amusement and mild annoyance. But what exactly are hiccups and why do they happen? They occur when our diaphragm, the muscle responsible for breathing, gets irritated. This irritation causes the diaphragm to contract suddenly, followed by the immediate closure of the vocal cords, which produces the characteristic hic sound. It's a fascinating interplay of muscle and reflex. While the exact reasons for this irritation remain somewhat of a mystery, we do know that certain triggers, like eating too quickly or drinking carbonated beverages, can set them off. Other potential triggers include sudden temperature changes, excitement, or even stress. Each of these factors can cause the diaphragm to spasm, leading to those familiar hiccups. While there are numerous home remedies and techniques for stopping hiccups, most cases resolve independently within a few minutes. Some popular methods include holding your breath, drinking a glass of water quickly, or even getting a sudden scare. These remedies work by interrupting the diaphragm's spasms, though their effectiveness can vary from person to person. So the next time you find yourself in the throes of a bout of hiccups, remember that you're not alone. Hiccups are a universal experience shared by people all around the world. They can be a source of shared laughter and a reminder of our common humanity. This strange little hiccup is just your body's way of reminding you that even the most well-oiled machines can have their quirks. Our bodies, despite their incredible complexity and efficiency, are not immune to the occasional hiccup, both literally and metaphorically. And who knows, maybe you'll even impress your friends with your newfound knowledge of the diaphragm and the curious case of the hiccups. Sharing this information can spark interesting conversations and deepen your understanding of the human body. So embrace the hiccups, laugh them off, and use them as an opportunity to learn and connect with others.